With a migration to Office 365, mail data will be migrated, but calendar data will not. Calendar data cannot be migrated due to the differences in how email systems handle important fields, such as recurrence and attendees. To mitigate these issues that would come with a true migration of calendar data, a snapshot of your calendar will be provided for you in your new Office 365 account. This snapshot is a picture or record of your calendar data from 2006 through 2020, which you can then use to recreate your primary calendar. Let's take a look. Here, I'm logged in as Bucky Badger in Office 365 Outlook Web App, or OWA. Navigating to the calendar, we see the calendars list. The first calendar titled Calendar is the primary calendar. Bucky Badger had 2 accounts consolidated and migrated, therefore we see 2 snapshot calendars for Bucky, bbadger at wis.edu and Bucky at athletics.wis.edu. These are the snapshots of Bucky's calendar data prior to migration. You may be wondering, why recreate the calendar data? It looks like Bucky has everything he needs to go about his day. While this is true, his free busy status is only read from his primary calendar. To prevent scheduling issues, one of your first priorities after migrating is to recreate your calendar. A few rules of thumb before we get started. If you have personal events on your calendar where there are no attendees, simply move it. If you are the meeting organizer and there are attendees, you will recreate the event and re-invite those attendees. If you are a meeting attendee, ask the meeting organizer to recreate and resend the invite if they have not already done so. Let's start with the simplest scenario. Here is a personal event Bucky placed on his calendar that has no attendees. We can tell this by reviewing the details of the event in the body. To move it, click Edit. Then simply select the primary calendar from the drop-down and click Save. Let's do another personal event. Opening this event, we see no attendees but some additional details in the body of the calendar invite. This event is reoccurring, so in addition to changing the calendar to primary, we will set the recurrence to match. Moving to a more complicated example, let's recreate an appointment for which Bucky is the organizer. Opening this event and reviewing the body, we see Bucky was the organizer and the list of meeting attendees. In addition to changing the calendar to primary, the attendees and meeting room need to be added. Make sure you check Scheduling Assistant for availability and add any other details such as recurrence if applicable. When all necessary details have been added, clicking Save will send the meeting request to all attendees. Opening the next event from the snapshot, we see that Bucky was not the organizer. But great timing! Bucky just received the meeting request from the organizer. After Bucky accepts the meeting, he can delete it from his snapshot to indicate it's been handled. Here's another one that Bucky is not the organizer for. He can either wait a few more days for the organizer to re-invite him or send the organizer a friendly reminder. Let's say Bucky sent a reminder but still hasn't received an invite. In some instances, you may wish to create a placeholder for those events so that your calendar is up to date. A best practice when moving these events is to preface the event name with placeholder. Then, when the meeting organizer finally sends the invite, you can easily identify your placeholder and delete it to prevent any confusion if the meeting organizer were to move or reschedule the meeting. One other complexity to be aware of is when the meeting organizer and attendees are migrated at different times. If this is the case, meeting invites will need to be recreated or resent, depending on who migrated first, the organizer or the attendee. In this situation, it also might be useful to simply utilize the placeholder method until everyone has been migrated. This can be communicated and decided upon between the attendees and the organizer. In either instance, duplicate events can be expected and should be deleted as new updated events are received. This concludes the Recreate Your Calendar video.